America, and we're back. It's time for your Washington Whisperer. Tonight, we're talking about China. Yes, indeed, America. It is true. President Trump said on Wednesday that the United States was not yet ready to come to an agreement over trade disputes with China, but says that talks would continue. The world's two largest economies have slapped trade tariffs on $50 billion of each other's goods in a tit-for-tat. Some call it a trade war. Others call it a trade skirmish. I just call it hella crazy. And Trump is considering imposing tariffs on another $200 billion in Chinese imports. Washington has demanded Beijing improve market access and intellectual property protection for American companies, cut industrial subsidies, and slash a $375 billion trade gap. On the other side, China has accused the Trump administration of applying a hardline tactic and has called for more negotiations. So here we are. Here we sit in the middle of this trade spat. Who's being hurt? The yous and I's of this world. I'll give you a great example. There's a young woman who I had the opportunity to interview on Mornings with Maria. She created this amazing product, and it's called fruit cheese. I'm going to give you the name of the brand in a second, so you can, you can look it up and you can buy it and purchase it and all this other stuff. But it's fruit cheese, and it's made for kids. It's pretty tasty. And I'm trying to find the name of it. Give me a second, okay? It's a cheese. It's stringy cheese that tastes like fruit, but has less added sugar, less additives. Yes, it's called cow candy. Cow candy. And it is made out of Sun Prairie, Wisconsin. And this beautiful young woman who created this company, and beautiful in heart and mind, and her name is Danielle O'Connor. When we interviewed her, we asked her how the trade talks were affecting her company. And she said, we had just entered the Chinese market. We had just gotten a couple licensing deals to sell our products in China. And because of this, looming trade war that we're currently in, our deal got canceled. So this is a young entrepreneur, an American consumer, everything we want Americans to be, producing an innovative product. This is why when I say that America's greatest resources is people, I'm talking about people like Danielle O'Connor, right, who created cow candy, right, this high quality cheese bursting with fruit flavors to tempt kids' taste bud and establish healthy snacking habits. Pretty good cheese. I've tried it. It's pretty good. She can no longer sell her product into China because she had an opportunity. Opportunity disappeared because we're in this weird trade war. Herein lies the problem. While I agree with the president that China has been dumping steel and China steals intellectual property, those are facts, undisputable facts. Here's what we also know. China's our number one trading. They're one of our number one trading partners. Canada's our number one trading partner. We're in a trade dispute with them too, but I digress. And the president would have been better off. China is a booming economy. Okay, China is a large economy. China is a communist economy that has more centralized control. And so that means that China will prop up and subsidize industries. And since it's propping up and subsidizing industries, it means that if a tariff is levied against, say, I don't know, water bottle makers, the Chinese government can say, don't worry about the tariff, keep producing at your normal price and selling your product to market at the normal price, and we will, absorb the tariff. So it has the ability to do that. The second thing is China also has other world markets, including Europe, including Russia, including Australia, including Mexico, including South America. It has other emerging markets where it can sell its product. So if I were President Trump and I wanted China to stop behaving badly, one, I would use the WTO. which we've done, and we've won a lot of our cases at the WTO, but sometimes WTO action doesn't have teeth. I agree there. So why not work with the world? Why not team up with the EU and some South American countries? Why not team up with Australia? Why not team up with the South Koreans and say, hey, China's been dumping steel on all of us. Let's work together. Let's sanction them together. Let's shut down their market access together. America cannot restrict China alone. We might be their #1 partner, but we're not their only partner. And that is why this trade war could linger on. And as it lingers on, the president's been very clear. For some of you, it's going to be tough, but you've got to stick it out. And so, while what he's saying there to you, if you are a soybean farmer or an automaker, or you farm pigs or you make whiskey, life is going to get a little bit tough. If you work at the factories that do these things, your paycheck might get a little bit skinny. Why? Because this president has chosen to eliminate America from the world, while also trying to get fairer terms from somebody that trades with the world. That is counterintuitive. Let's use the world as a resource to help stop the person that's trading horribly with us. Just common sense. Maybe that's just the art of the deal. I'm playing funny. But here's what we do know. This round of tariffs could be the most painful round of tariffs the United States has imposed on Chinese products this year. The $200 billion of Chinese goods could go into effect as soon as Friday, when the public comment was made, and it's unclear whether it will be set at 10% or 25%. But the Trump administration has already slapped 25% tariffs on $34 billion of Chinese imports in July, and an additional 16% last month. China has also received an end of aluminum and steel tariffs in the United States imposed on imports for much of the world. And Beijing has retaliated at each step of the way, imposing a 25% tariff on $50 billion of American goods, and it has threatened to respond to the newest round of tariffs with another $60 billion on tariffs of more U.S. goods. It's hard for China to match the United States' tariffs price tag war, but don't get me wrong, it is still going to hurt American consumers and American workers to the nth degree. A $16 billion pain is nothing to sneeze at, folks. And let's not forget that when you impose a $200 billion tariff on goods coming into the United States, that has real impact on what happens at the grocery store, and what happens to toasters, and what happens to microwaves, and what happens to washing machines, and all the products that we use on a daily basis. So this Gucci is going to hurt a lot of people. This Gucci is going to be on a lot of feet, and it's going to burn. And it's going to burn oh so badly. So brace yourself, or call your member of Congress and tell them to just tell the president to get some common sense. Because here's the truth. The truth is, I do believe that if the United States and the EU and a couple more large economies were to come together and said, hey, China, we are all going to impose this amount of tariff on you until you stop your bad trade practices, I'm pretty sure China would shape up in about a day or two. Maybe a day and a half. With this ideal that we are going to go it alone as the United States, and our consumers are going to bear the brunt of China's bad acting because China's been unfair to America, which is true, but we're now being unfair to ourselves. And that's what hurts. And it's going to hurt like none other if we impose this additional $2 billion. Just a little bit of trade sense.